I want you guys to see how these vehicles got to the way that they are today.
What's up, everyone? This is Joe Santino of New England RC. Welcome to a special edition 2020 through 22 year-end review video. Now, I know what you're saying. Aren't you just doing one? Well, I'm late to the party, folks. This channel's only been up for 2 years, and since I forgot to do it last year, I wanted to include everything all together. So we're doing 2020 through 21, 21 through 22, all in one shot. I just want to show you what I started with, how this all began. I'm going to show you what products I have now. And I also want you guys to see what your most watched videos are. We're also going to cover what's to come, because I got a whole ton of new videos that are still in the making that I haven't had a chance to finish yet. So I want you guys to get psyched up for what I have coming. And we're going to end the show today with some of my favorite YouTubers that I'm influenced by. So lots to do, lots to cover. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's go.
Take a look at this, guys. From top to bottom, starting with an X-Max, Arma Notorious, Arma Vendetta. This here is the Dancy Ridge Rock, my Traxxas Rustler 4x4 VXL. This here is the Arma Outcast 8S, big bad boy here. And on the bottom is my newest one, the Traxxas XRT. You guys can see that the wheels have been modified there as well. In fact, everything's been modified. Every single thing here has been modified. And you guys haven't even seen half of the modification videos yet because I haven't finished them yet. So those are still in the works. I want you guys to see how these vehicles got to the way that they are today. But wait, there's more. Check it out, guys. So starting in 2020, guys, where it all began, 20 through 21, Traxxas Rustler, VXL 4x4, which has gotten a million upgrades. And I still have videos to show you guys that I haven't gotten to yet. Really awesome starter vehicle if you're trying to get into the hobby for the first time. It is a little pricey. I paid about $400 to begin, and I've done pretty much every upgrade imaginable to this thing. It started with an orange body. Now I've got the blue body, the different wheels. These are the Proline Badlands tires, but I also have Sledgehammer tires too that I use. I like the bigger, beefier tires because it's just easier to do backflips with it. T-Bone Racing is one of my favorite places you can buy add-ons. Unfortunately, they are no longer making accessories, but I bought so many things from T-Bone over the years, especially for this vehicle, including the bumper, the roll cage, the wheelie bar that's in the back there. All T-Bone Racing accessories. Then third-party vendors I found where I could get the light up above as well as up here. I think Polo Creations made this one. I really like that. Just a lot of cool things. There's a dust cover bag that I got on here. Metal aluminum shocks here. I've got the shock covers. I've just gone crazy adding on things to this. There's even a sound system, a GT Power engine sound kit, which I also had in the Rustler for a short time. It works really well. It's got different sound effects that you can cycle through, but I just found that it was a little bit obnoxious over time, and I just didn't want to disturb people, especially when I'm driving around late at night. So I decided to put it back in its case for another day. After I got the Rustler and had fun with that, I moved on right up to the X-Max. I couldn't wait, guys. I had to get the biggest, baddest thing. I wanted to see how much it compared to the Rustler, just what was all the hype about. I learned very quickly that this thing is the king of RCs. It is the biggest, baddest vehicle you can buy, and was my favorite vehicle for most of the time that I've been doing this channel. I just absolutely loved it. The size, the power, the things you could do. I mean, this thing does wheelies on a dime, and it just takes up so much abuse, and it's so fast and powerful, and I've just enjoyed the whole process with this guy. You can see I got the painted tires. I got a custom Silverado body on there. I've even got these like mud guards going around here. Lots of custom stuff here. I could go on for days on the X-Max. I've had so many modifications to it. From there, I moved on to the Arma Notorious, which was also one of my favorite vehicles, mainly because its ability to do tricks and flips and things that you couldn't do with the others. This thing would do wheelies easier than any of my RCs that I own today. It is just so easy to do tricks. I just love the ease of use and the power that it has. For a mid-scale vehicle, this thing has been my bread and butter. I could do so much with this thing, and it takes so much abuse. I've done so many things to this over the years, and I've added, you can see a T-Bone Racing bumper here. I actually have a roll cage, but not on this body. I have another body. I actually just bought a new body for it because it's taken so much abuse. This is the new body with the old roll cage on there. At some point when the other body gets completely worn out, I'll be putting this one on. This is brand new, hasn't been touched. You can see the wear and tear from the roll cage though. And also, another thing I like to do is I put this drywall tape and shoe goo, and I do this on most of all the bodies that I have. A few still to do, but this thing just gives it a little more flexibility, especially in cold weather. When you bash these things around, it keeps it from cracking on you. This just gives it a little bit more of a flexibility to it and absorbs the punch when it takes really big hits. I try to do that on all my bodies, preserves them for a longer use. So after the Notorious, I decided I wanted to get something a little more powerful, and I got this Arma TALION EXB. What I liked about it was its ability for speed. This was all in 2021. The TALION was at the time one of the first EXB series vehicles that had all the electronics included. So it was a nice package for about $750. So this thing has been really fun. I souped it up. I added the high-end pinion gear to it to make it faster, and this thing's been a beast. And I souped up with these SRC tires. So much faster now, so much more power. And I also added speed pinion gear to make it even faster. This thing is absolutely insane. Did take some damage though. You can see the wing is removed. It was from my last bash session. I'm gonna have to put a new one on at some point. Got the roll cage. I've got a nice wheelie bar there. I've got the shock boot covers and many other things going on with the TALION as well. This thing is awesome. Probably the fastest I have in my collection. This thing is heavy duty. It's fast. It's durable. Really nice. I love the TALION. Really great vehicle. After I picked up the TALION, I went with the son of a digger, mainly because I love the looks of this thing. I mean, this thing is just the coolest looking vehicle I have. I already had a monster truck, but this one's an actual monster truck that really exists. And when I saw that this thing was an RC, I was like, that is the coolest thing in the world. I have to have it. I just loved how it looks. Haven't done too much add-ons other than this bumper here that people told me I should remove because it can wreck the frame. It hasn't happened to me yet. I may or may not remove it at some point. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I also got some shock boot covers on there too. Very nice, son of a digger. This operates on a 3S battery, so it's not as powerful as my X-Max 8S power. It's hard to believe though the amount of power you can get out of a 3S though. And when I do use it, it's really fun. It's got all kinds of tricks you can do with it. It's good for small areas, but you're not going to be taking it out to a big park where you got a lot of space to run around with it. This thing's good for small backyards, great for tricks. It's incredible what you can do with it. In fact, I bought a ramp specifically for the son of a digger. It's a wooden ramp here. I had to put it together myself. Found this on eBay. I will have a video soon where I show you how I did this step by step, where I got it, how I put it together, and then you'll see the son of a digger in action. This one here, I would not recommend to use with the son of a digger. I made a mistake of doing so and damaged it. And this is called the Killer Jump from Russia. Particularly like it for my Notorious and other 1/8 scale vehicles. Really nice because you can do different angles with it. It's foldable and collapsible, whereas this wooden one is just one size fits all. You're not going to move it around too much and it just stays in that one position. But like I said, it's great for the son of a digger, and it also has this backside too, which you can do tricks with too, which is pretty cool. So it gives you kind of two different tools in one. And this one here, you can see when you change the angle, it gives you different types of launching, flipping abilities, and that can be pretty fun too. After the son of a digger, I went with the LASERNUT, and my wife Sarah actually picked this one up for my birthday one year. I was really excited. About $500, one of the greatest cars that you can get for the price range. It's also been modified just a bit, not too much going on here, but I did add the shock boot covers. There's also a bumper add-on. The LASERNUT is the lightest of my collection and also the easiest one to use. This layer only needs 2 pins to take off, to move this up, and it stays locked up with the body stays on it. You don't actually have to remove the body when you're working on it or changing a battery. All you do is move this up and then you can put your battery in, change it out, whatever you got to do to it. And that's it. 2 pins and you're done. It's very simple to operate with. It's great for a beginner. It gets a lot of use in the summer. Great in the sand, great in rough terrain areas. Really fun vehicle. It's a 4S. So it's half the power of some of the others that I use, but for the right application, this can be really fun. After the LASERNUT, the VENDETTA was the new kid on the block. It just come out. I was all excited about how cool it looked. It was like, I didn't have one that was a car. I had the monster trucks and tough terrain vehicles, but I didn't have any street cars. So VENDETTA became my first street car. I did some great videos with this and still videos to come where you can see where the accessories that I added to it. I've got this light here. That's the Night Rider light that flashes back and forth. I cut out the bottom here so I could put a headlight in the front. After the VENDETTA, I went all out and I went full beast mode here on this Arma Outcast 8S. This thing is insane. Super durable, super fast. Not as fast as the TALION, but you know, basically similar to the X-Max. It's Arma's version of the X-Max. I wanted to see how they compared, so I bought this one. I got it used on Facebook Marketplace, so I got a pretty good deal on it. And I've done tons of upgrades to it. And guys, I haven't even shown you videos of this yet. I have tons of videos in the making that I look forward to putting on New England RC, where you can see how I upgraded this thing and what my thoughts are along the way. I got everything here. Shock boot covers, painted tires, wheelie bar on the back here, which is sick. I've got a big handle there, got some extra lights going on. I've done so much to this one. Since I had such good success on Facebook Marketplace with the Arma Outcast, I decided from there to pick up this 1/8 scale KRATON. That was my next vehicle that I added to it. Custom roll cage, custom bumpers. I got lights on here that I added. Also has the shock boot covers. Wheelie bar too, really nice new wheelie bar. I wanted to go a little smaller, the 6S, because I already had the Outcast 8S, so I decided to go 6S on the KRATON. Something to compare with the TALION and my NOTORIOUS. I figured it'd be cool to have all three of these most popular 1/8 scale vehicles, because at some point in the future, what I was thinking is doing maybe a video which has all three featured, so you could compare how they all perform and which ones I like better. I can tell you right now, though, that my favorite is still the Arma NOTORIOUS out of the three. So far, from my experience, it's been the most rugged out of the box. Easy, fun vehicle. I love this one so much. If speed is your thing, the TALION is the fastest. But I also have to say I put the speed gear in there, so that kind of makes it faster, especially with these tires. It has an unfair advantage than the others with those enhancements. The KRATON, I wanted it to be my favorite, and I think it still can be, but I've had some trouble with it over the time that I've had it. It was a rough start, like I had with the TALION at first. Some issues at the beginning. I did get it operating the way I want eventually, but it took me some time to get it to where I want. And now, right now, it's actually busted again. So it's going to have to, back in the shop, I'm going to have to fix it again. So eventually, I hope to say that this will be one of my favorites, but not quite there yet. And so I really enjoyed my big basher vehicles. Got my one street car, but I decided I wanted something for my next vehicle. I decided I wanted to do some crawling. So I started with this little Anaconda guy here, which is my first introduction to crawling. And it was okay. You know, it's for its purpose. I enjoyed it. Lightweight, small, fun. To that, I went with this Semper Gen 2. This is fun. For the price, it's great. It's pretty fast and easy to upgrade. It's got the light kit already included. I just added some LED lights to go around as well, so the whole body lights up. It's pretty cool. Then I saw the FJ Cruiser online, some videos on how great this was, how it could do really steep inclines. So I decided to go with that. Something that these two guys be similar in size. If I wanted to do some crawler park stuff, I'd have two similar sized vehicles to use for different applications. From there, I went with the biggest crawler I have in the collection now, which is the Dancy Ridge Rock, probably my top choice for crawler, because for one, the price point's incredible. It's probably the least expensive crawler that you'll be able to find for a 1/10 scale size. And then you can modify it really easily too. And I really love what I've been able to do, because crawlers can be pretty expensive. You can pay like $300, $400, $500 for a crawler. I only paid under $200 for this. So if you guys are interested in crawling, I highly recommend the Ridge Rock because of the price point and what you're able to do with it. I upgraded the tires and put some weights on it originally, but I changed a whole bunch of things. You guys will have to just see the videos to come where you see all the upgrades that I've done over the time. Oh, and also, this is actually made by Red Cat Racing. They make a lot of other vehicles that I was also thinking about buying when I was looking at crawlers, but I couldn't beat the price point, and I've really enjoyed this so far. The XRT is the newest this year, the 2022 vehicle that I picked up. Absolutely adore this. This is my favorite vehicle so far. Biggest, baddest car you can buy right now. It does it all. I've got tons of upgrades that I've done to it that I'm dying to show you guys. Lots of videos still to come, so keep an eye out for this. I got lots of footage to show you and much more to come. This here is a light kit for the XRT I haven't done yet. That's going to go on the front, give some headlights and backlights, so stay tuned for that. It comes from Polo Creations. And moving on over by the Patriots banner, my boat collection here. It's this one here, the biggest one is actually my favorite, the Arrow boat. We also have this FT012. I've got the Jet Jam Pro boat, a couple of these Hanzunjin boats, and my little Vector 30. And as far as these boats go, this was the very first boat that I bought. This was a 2021 boat, followed by these two guys, the Hanzunjins, and I got the Jet Jam, and then these guys, I actually bought them in 21, but I didn't feature them until 22. So these are the newest in the collection, the biggest and fastest boats that I have for 2022. Bigger is actually better in this case, guys. This one here, the Arrow, the UDRC, unbelievable. My favorite boat I have, fastest, most powerful, handles the best. It's just all around good. Only downside, you can't use it in a swimming pool because it's just too big. But if you want something for a swimming pool, any of these 5 will be fine. The Hanzunjins are my favorite little speedboats for the pool. The Vector 30 is okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. These have lights and they're a little bit bigger, more power. This one does not have lights. It's my first boat that I bought, the smallest, weakest one that I have, but it's still okay. The Jet Jam is good for saving vehicles that like got lost out to sea and ran out of juice and you need to get something to push them to shore. It's lightweight, portable, quiet. The whole system works differently on this thing. It's pretty cool. FTO12. I think this one was a little bit defective when I got it because when I turn this on, it's always going. It's not supposed to work that way, but it's what happened to me. But it is pretty good. I like it. I've used it in the pool. I think it'd probably be better in a lake because it is a little bit bigger than the other ones. It's not bad. Up above there, hard to see, but this is one of those cheap Amazon hover boats. I bought this in 22, basically one of those Tycoon knockoff boats. Really more for nostalgic reasons because I always wanted one as a kid and never had one. I think it works okay. It's not fast at all. It's very clunky and very loud too. I really can't recommend this unless you are like me and wanted something like this as a child. It's kind of fun for those nostalgic purposes, but it's really not that great of a vehicle, but it is still something that I enjoy from time to time. And I think my 2 nieces will probably love maybe next summer when I introduce it to them. My least favorite RC vehicles, this little submarine shark thing. Well, it's actually not even a submarine. It's just a really crappy RC toy that people seem to go crazy over, which we'll go over in a little bit. I'll show you guys how people responded to this thing. Below that, I have a little submarine. Looks kind of big because I'm zoomed in, but it's not that big. A little submarine there. It's about as good as the shark, not so hot. Oh, I also forgot about this little submarine here. This was great for a swimming pool, but if you have a fish tank, this is a fun little RC vehicle to have for a fish tank because it's small and it looks like a fish, and the fish don't even realize it. I had a video on that you guys can check out. Links in the description. And hidden down here in the cabinets are my 3 Star Wars drones. I've got the X-Wing, I've got a speeder bike with a stormtrooper on it, and I've got Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. And I've got some other Star Wars vehicles that I'll show you guys in the other room so you can see what I have. I think at some point I'm going to do a Star Wars episode and feature all Star Wars stuff. Also tucked away here is my video drone. This is called the F11 GIM. Haven't got a lot of use out of it yet because it's actually requires a lot of time to set everything up when you're trying to film. And I usually am short on that, but I do plan to do some more video footage using it. You can look forward to in the future. Really cool product, the F11 GIM drone. You can see I've got several remote controls that I've had over the years. And this one being my favorite, the DX5C, because you can use one remote to replace all. As long as you have the right receiver that matches this, you'll be able to use one remote, which I do with many of my cars. I love buying these little phone mounts to mount these to my remote control so that I can film while I'm driving my RC vehicles. And I'd say 90% of the filming I do is with my phone. So these are very handy little things that you can stick on your remotes. As you can see here, I've done so with several of them. You can see that one there is glued on, as well as all these all have the phone mounts attached. Very, very useful. Traxxas I love because they have their own phone mount, which mounts really nice and wraps around this handle here, which is very nice with a little knob to twist. And I wish there were more things like this for my other remotes. Like I wish Arma had more stuff. The closest thing I could find was this one here, but this one wasn't quite for the DX5. It's actually it's not actually the correct mount, but I do like, I had to kind of jury rig it together. I glued it on and then I threw some tape over it to hold it. But I like how the support is on this, these little pinchers here have the added padding, which holds the phone really nicely. So with a little jury rig configuration, I was able to get the wrong phone mount, but still make it work for the DX5, which I do most of my Arma and other vehicles I use to film with. You can see my tire collection here. I got quite a few tires, starting with these awesome Proline paddle tires, which are great in snow or sand. Gives it a little extra traction. You can see here it's spiked up like that for that reason. I use these on my X-Max, but I'll also plan to be using them on my XRT in the near future as well. So especially with the snow coming in the near future. These hatchet tires, I had them on my Outcast 8S originally, but I really kind of like the stock tires, the backflip tires that it comes with. So I kind of felt like these were too heavy, and I thought it was preventing it from doing backflips. So I actually removed them and went back to backflip tires. But I do like these as another alternative too. They are really nice. The traction is awesome, and they do work really well as well. And these tires are my stock tires from my Traxxas XRT. I painted the rims red, and I also painted the text there. Really nice. I do love the stock tires, but I removed them because the tires that I put on now allow you to do backflips, and the regular stock tires did not. What's on there now are the Sledgehammer tires from Traxxas. These things are just so much better for doing flips. You get such better traction. It just changes the whole look of the vehicle. It raises it up, and it gives it that ability to do the flips that the standard tires do not do. And by the way, I'm really looking forward to showing you guys the next video that I plan to do is going to be a video where I feature these tires and the awesome backflips that I got out of it from the use of those tires. So stay tuned for that video to come. In addition to the large wheels here, I also have several smaller wheels. And these are the trencher wheels that I used for the Traxxas Rustler VXL 4x4. Thought were okay. They weren't my favorite, but I thought they were okay. These were the original stock wheels that came with the Dancy Ridge Rock. Original wheels for the Arma TALION. So I still have a lot of original wheels that I've saved in case things wear out. It's always good to have extra wheels on hand because they do wear out. Oh, this sad RC vehicle here broke over time. This was a fun little toy. I can't even remember what this thing's called, but it's broken and not used currently. But I also have the Sledgehammer tires that I bought from my Traxxas Rustler. My favorite tires, the stock tires that it came with. I always loved how nice the chrome looked. Also, I wanted to point out that I also have this portable electric power generator. You can actually power it a few different ways. It actually has panels that you can buy separately, which I actually have here tucked away. I actually haven't even opened these yet. These are good for when you want to go camping. You can just let these panels charge this whole thing up. You can also charge it with your car cigarette lighter, or you can just use a regular AC outlet to charge it in the wall. But lots of ways to charge it. Thing's awesome, gives you plenty of juice for your RC vehicles. So you want to play a little bit longer, your batteries die, you're outside, you don't have electricity. Well, power this thing, and now you got your juice for your batteries. You can charge them up again and play a little bit longer. So I like this thing. I found this, the RC Sailors actually recommended this particular one. And now I'm recommending it to you folks at home. This is the PAXCESS or the PAXCESS. I'm not even sure how they pronounce it. 519 watt over a 500 watt portable power station. Or maybe they call it the Rockman 500. I don't know. There's lots of names for this thing, but you can find it on Amazon. This will give you something to work with anyway. I'll put a link in the description so you guys can find one at home if you want one. And this very sad plane, guys, is my only RC plane that I have right now. I did not have a lot of luck with planes. And sadly, you guys loved the plane wreckage video. My very first time flying, I actually had another plane, which I no longer have because it got stuck in a tree and I never found it. So now I have this here as my only plane. This is my Carbon Cub S, which you can see has been beaten the hell out of. Look at all the duct tape on the wings here, on the body. I mean, this thing has been through hell, man. The propeller's all smangled up. The wheels are falling off. I mean, this thing is trashed. However, I do plan to rectify that, guys, because if you look here, you can see I've got a new wheel kit on the way. We've got a propeller, and inside this box, there's some new wings. So lots of repairs still to come on this Carbon Cub. But one other thing that I want to do too, which I wish I had done before and didn't realize till later, is I picked up this accessory to go with it. With the GPS module, I'm going to be able to land this plane a lot easier now. Still have yet to land it without crashing, and I'm hoping that next summer we'll be able to do that. Over here, I just wanted to show you guys some of the different devices I use to charge my RC batteries. I have quite a few different things here. The Traxxas Dual Peak, which is mainly just used for my Traxxas Rustler. But then I also have this one here for my X-Max and XRT. And then the one I most use is this one, the Spectrum S2100. I have adapters so that I can fit the batteries on here. This one gets the most use. I really like that one a lot. For just about every battery I use. Mostly use Spectrum. So I'll still use Traxxas as well from time to time. But I'm also getting into other batteries as well. I also like these Dynamite speed meters. These are nice. I lost the first one. I got a second one though, so that's good. This Castle Micro System's great for my Mini B that you'll see in the other room. I upgraded that, and that thing is super fast now with the Mamba. That thing's insane. For the smaller vehicles, oh, it's not there. Here it is. I've got this here. This is a C150 AC/DC charger. This is good for all my other vehicles, smaller vehicles that don't use the same ports that the bigger batteries have for, like, you know, the Traxxas and Arma stuff. This is for, like, you know, the crawlers and things like that, and other vehicles I have in the other room that I'll show you. I keep all my paints organized with this nice organizer here I got on Amazon or eBay or wherever I got it, but it's always good to keep everything in one place so you can find things. It makes life easier. And you can see I also done the same here with my glue sticks and a glue gun. I keep everything nice and organized. I try to be anyway. Clamps here for whenever you need those. Different things. I try to keep everything together. Love my DeWalt toolbox. I actually have two of them. I always keep my stuff in here when I go out. I always like to have plenty of stuff on hand because you never know what's going to happen when you go out. It's good to have a toolkit ready to go. I also have an air gun if needed. I like to WD-40, lubricate everything I can. Extra batteries, extra AA batteries as well. Tools in case things break. You get like something you can take your tires off, stuff like that. So I always try to keep plenty of stuff on hand. I've got a GoPro in here, which is nice. Yeah, my GoPro Hero 7. It's an older one, but it works good. I haven't got too much use on that, but it's nice to have when you want to get additional footage. Plenty of batteries on hand when I need them. And then I also have my couple of remote controls that are needed as well. Piled here in the corner is my homemade jump that I made with 2 sawhorses. I've got a rubber mat, a bunch of PVC pipes, and some masonite, which looks like cardboard, but it's actually like a flexible wood I already had, so I didn't have to spend money on. But I also had these pipes for other projects that I like to do. I do a lot of decorating in the holidays, like Christmas and Halloween, so I do a lot of PVC decorations. So since I had a bunch lying around, I used that with this masonite, and I just had to buy a couple of sawhorses and a mat and a couple other things here, some locks, and I made my own jump. I have videos to come that I'm working on that you guys will see where I demonstrate this, where it began, how it, you know, got to see it in use. And then after I tried it a couple of times, I decided I wanted to do something a little more durable, and I bought a much more heavy-duty ramp that I will show you guys next. All right, it's a little dark out, guys, I'm filming, but I just wanted to give you a quick look here. This is the Fresh Park jump that I bought. Very heavy-duty, very heavy, but it's awesome for the ultimate jump experience. It usually requires 2 people to lift this thing around. I've been managing okay on my own. I'd strongly recommend 2 people. It's heavy, but yeah, very nice, rugged jump. Folds up, you can see. I got it covered under the tarp outside, and during the elements, thing is awesome. Definitely, I'll show you guys videos on that. More to come in the future. It's hard to believe I've only had this channel going on for 2 years, and I've got all these vehicles now, but I've just gone crazy. I've enjoyed the process. I've learned a lot along the way. Hopefully taught you guys a few things as well, and it's ongoing. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to improve and do more every day, so lots to come. And also, guys, I'll put links in the description to all the vehicles I own, so you guys are looking for any particular one, you'll know where to find one for yourself. I love them all, and I'll show you guys now what my favorite vehicles are. I really love my collection, guys. I think they're all great, but if I had to pick only, we'll say 3, my top 3, we're gonna start here at the bottom. This Traxxas XRT, brand new, just came out. This thing is nimble, quick, durable. It's got everything you could want in an RC vehicle. Yes, it's expensive, but man, is it amazing. This is the vehicle that can do it all, guys. I love this one very much. Coming in number 2 would be this Traxxas X-Max, most popular vehicle for years. Everybody loves it. Kevin Talbot raves about it if you guys follow him. This thing can do it all. It's just like the XRT, except that it's a monster truck, so it's going to be a little bit more bulky. It's going to topple over a little easier. The other XRT is a little more nimble for turning. Both incredible vehicles, and these things can handle a massive amount of destruction. Really, really love them both. I really love the Arma Notorious coming in at number 3. It's a smaller one. It's the 6th scale, but I like the small a little bit better sometimes when you want to do tricks and you want to send it through the air. I feel like because they're smaller and a little bit lighter, when they hit the ground, it's not going to get destroyed as much. That may or may not be true, but that's just something I feel that like this thing has been through so much. I've actually got 2 bodies for it now. This thing's the old body right now. It's beat up pretty good. But man, have I done a lot with this and I love it. And I got tons more videos to show you guys. Incredible vehicle. Love it so much. And of course, I got to put the Arma Outcast right here, the 8S coming in at number 4. I love this so much. It's so good. The only problem is that it is a lot heavier than all the other ones. That's my biggest beef with it. It is the heaviest out of all the vehicles I have. So when something goes wrong, if it flips over, I got to go chase it down. That thing's a beast to carry. But I do have a really sweet wheelie bar, which serves as a nice handle here, which makes life a lot easier when I do have to carry it. I also got this handle on the bottom too, which I really don't use much anymore because this kind of replaced the need for it. It is a beast of a machine. And it is super durable too, and you can customize the hell out of it. Problem with Arma though is the parts are much more expensive to replace than the Traxxas parts. So you do spend a lot more money replacing things when they break. One thing that has kind of bothered me though is that I haven't been able to do a standing backflip with this thing. And it's because it's so heavy and I added so many accessories. There's mud guards on here. There's all kinds of fun things. But I really think that I added too much to it because I can't do standing backflips no matter what I do. With the Notorious, however, this thing does standing backflips with ease. You just got to change the punch setting on this to level 6. This thing will be flipping for days. It's my favorite trick car out of the collection because it's so easy to use. It does wheelies like you wouldn't believe. This has actually been my favorite for quite some time, but lately, now that it's new, the XRT's kind of taken over in the number 1 spot. Now, just some honorable mentions here. I like the Vendetta quite a bit, but it's limited. It's meant only for street. And where I live in New England, there's not a lot of street options, at least where I live, to really gun this thing to its full potential. So I don't really get to use it much, but when I do use it, it's fun.
So I want to just take you guys now to my other room where I'm going to show you some of the other RC vehicles that I picked up along the way. And I have so much to tell you guys. So many things that I haven't had a chance to get to yet because there's just so many RC vehicles that I have that I just haven't had time to go through with all you guys.
So just want to take you right here, guys, right off the bat. We did see a video with the RC tank here, the Q111. These guys you haven't seen yet, but I have videos to come. These are the team associated smaller vehicles. Great cars. Simon, my cat, loves to chase around. I also picked up one of these FMS Max Smasher trucks. It looks like Bigfoot. I put my own Bigfoot stickers on there. Kind of cool. Video for that to come. Underneath that is, you guys might have seen the Katana here, which I'm very fond of. And we got this guy, little motorcycle here. Forgot what the company is. Cheap motorcycle. We have a video on that already. You may have seen this one here. This is the Pinecone racing car. Love this one. Simon, my cat, has a little cat toy too. That's kind of cute. I don't think we'll do a video on that, but it's there. A couple of these little can cars that I haven't even opened yet. These are kind of cool. I'll have videos to come on these. Got 2 of them there. We also have this guy here, which is a little spy vehicle. Pretty cool. Incoming videos, you'll see. LOSI Mini B. I've highly modified it. Bigger wheels. I got headlights going on there. The lights are now working as well. I've got all kinds of things going. Got a little mini helicopter. Haven't even been able to edit the video for that yet, but that's a fun little toy. Also got this Triton, which is cool. This is a great little car. Comes from Legendaries. It's a small scale vehicle with a lot of power, and it's really fun. This is the Big Brother version here. Red one that you see there, also Legendary. Got 2 of those guys. I also got these cool Star Wars radio control guys here. I got the R2-D2. He's a nice big one there, and a small little pal here, the AT-AT. Fun little guy. Videos to come on those. I think in the future I might do like a Star Wars featured RC show, or maybe a series of Star Wars shows where we'll feature that among several drones that I have in the other room. So yeah, all these vehicles that you see here, I have several videos to come in the works
but I just haven't had a chance to get to them yet. But I'm dying to get them done so I can show you guys what's on the burners here. But just gonna have to wait. Just takes me forever to edit these things. Eventually we'll get it done. And now just to show you guys my world here, what I do, a little folder dedicated to New England RC videos. And you can see here, this is only some of the videos. I also have several folders archived, but these are the ones I'm currently working on. And let's see, I can show you just to give you an example here. So Notorious, you can see here, I'll double click that, get in there. Look at all the videos I still have yet to come. There's 1 through 26 videos just on the Notorious alone. So you can see I've got lots of work to do. The TALION has several videos here. We got about 18 different videos on the TALION and LASERNUT. Got several videos here, about 9. So basically, I'm not going to go through them all here, but just to give you an idea, I have multiple videos for every RC vehicle I have. So plenty of footage still to come. Just wanted you guys to know that so you can look forward to things to come. And now let's take a look at the New England RC channel. I want to see what you guys think of what I have done so far. We've got the most popular videos. We'll go with the top 5. We're starting with the Traxxas Max, which actually I did at Hobby Quarters. And I've been working with those guys for a while. We do different videos from time to time when new releases come out. Jeremy, the owner, is very nice and helps me out. The Traxxas Max had just come out with version 2 with a new wide kit. Very popular. You guys gave it 3.9 thousand views, and it comes in at number 5 for favorite videos that I have on my channel. Coming in at number 4, the Traxxas XRT versus Traxxas X Max, which is awesome because this is actually a newer video. It just came out a month ago, whereas you can see that it's 1 year ago with the Max. 1 month ago, and you guys already got it coming in at number 4. It's a really cool comparison video. Shows the differences between these great new cars, or the Traxxas XRT being the new car, and the X Max, which I highly modified, and we got a nice little comparison there. Coming in at number 3, and I'm proud to say the Traxxas XRT versus Traxxas XRT. One of my favorite videos is when my buddy Paul and I each got one. Absolutely loved it. This was the second unboxing. This is when I got my XRT for the first time, the one that's in red. He has the blue one. We got to see them both in action side by side and how that all worked out. And in just 1 month, I got 4.1 thousand views from you folks at home. Very happy to see this getting lots of views. At number 2, I'm actually embarrassed by this one, guys. 4.2 thousand views on my ES Office remote control shark toy. Guys, this is gonna be the worst toy that I have. My least fun, least favorite. Somehow, for some reason, 1 year ago, you guys all just got very curious. I guess no one else has this out to show because it's such a crappy toy, but it inspired lots of interest, which I was very surprised to see. And you guys have got this down at my number 2 watched video, 4.2 thousand views. It's terrible. I can't understand it. And then you sickos, number 1 video. This came out a year ago. I still get comments about it today. I can't believe you guys. My first flight gone wrong with the Hobby Zone Aero Scout. This thing was terrible because the first time I ever used an RC plane ever, and I had this thing going up into the trees and I lost it and I never found it. Terrible experience, start to finish. But you guys, sickos that you are, you love destruction, and 4.5 thousand views 1 year ago today, still number 1. I have got to redeem myself. I have just got to redeem myself for this sad display of RC airplane effort. And now I want to show you guys some of my favorite YouTube folks. Kevin Talbot's my absolute favorite. He's the best. Thunder RC, absolutely love. A-Main Hobbies do some great stuff. RC Driver, JTRC, just to name a few. Great people out there that have been doing it a lot longer than me. And I try to learn from the best, you know. RC Sailors is another one. These guys are great. Mark Santamaria, he's great. He does lots of stuff as well. Earl Moorhead. You know, these are just some of the ones that I follow and I'm huge fans of. Outsourced RC, another great one there. There's just so many out there. I'm a small fish in a big pond here, but I really do enjoy learning from others. And the videos that I see from these channels are just sensational. They give me ideas, and
and we all learn from each other. That's all part of the process. I would say my top 3 would probably be RC Sailors coming in at number 3. Thunder RC I've been really enjoying. I'll give him a number 2 spot. And number 1, and I don't think will ever change, Kevin Talbot, absolutely the best RC video guy out there. And I'm sure many will agree. I mean, he's just, if you don't know this guy, then you're probably not into the hobby, because he is the most watched, most popular. He does things that nobody does. Out in the UK, he basically tries to destroy them to see how durable the RCs are. And he gives them the ultimate tests. He's got the money to do it, and it's great to see which ones can stand up to the tests, and he gives you ideas on what you might want to buy for yourself. So he's been a huge inspiration to the channel. And a huge shout out to Kevin Talbot, number 1 favorite YouTube guy out there.
And that pretty much covers it all. So those are all the vehicles that I have, and those are the vehicles I'm working on constantly, always updating, always getting new lights or new parts that break, you know, whatever the case may be. There's always something to upgrade. I enjoy the process. And I'll have videos on everything that I do, whatever simple or complex that it is. I always have a video for it for you guys to see, so you can learn as I learn how the job gets done. So that's gonna do it for today, guys. Covered a lot today. We saw all the vehicles that I own from beginning to end. You got to see what I've been working on in the past, what I'm working on currently. You got to see some of your favorite videos. You got to see some of my favorite YouTubers. And I got so much more to share with you guys. I'm barely scratching the surface here. Lots of videos still in the making that I look forward to completing and sending out to you guys to comment on. I'm very much looking forward to things to come. So if you've enjoyed today's video though, please make sure to like and subscribe and smash the notification bell to stay updated on when my next video becomes available. And until then, this is Joe Santino saying thanks for watching. See you on the next one.